A summary of what happened before the session. The group was gathered around one of the usual tables in the cafeteria. A few comments were made that Shifrost has been gone for a few days, which, well, let's face it, that did manage to improve the overall morale of the guild, because all the prank wars were at a minimum. But the cafeteria food was a little bit on the bad side, so it was kind of a trade-off there. But as the group is discussing this, the daily mail delivery happens, and among the usual pieces of all the junk mail, standard mail, bulk mail, and whatever else they usually collect, an odd scroll pops out and lands on the table. It's addressed to the group as a whole. When Magpie reached out, opened it up, and out came a small bag filled with a few rings, a few airship tickets, and a letter. The letter read as follows. Magpie, Yuki, Okasan, Arimnes, Tedlan, et al. Apologies for the sudden disappearance, but I paid a visit to Granville DeVinter to see if he could help me research my family. He did agree, although he requested my, and through me, all of your help in return. To try to make a long story short, Granville had an acquaintance in the city of Tidepool, a Lord Vialis Yellowcrest. If the name seems familiar, there is good reason. A while back, Lord Yellowcrest was away from Tidepool on business, then returned to find his wife, his sons and daughter, and the manor's 4 servants brutally murdered. Shocked into a deep depression by the tragedy, Lord Yellowcrest left Tidepool to be alone with his grief. There were rumors spread by members of the city guard after investigating the murders that hinted at some sort of cult activity, but details of the killings were never revealed, and no suspects were ever identified or charged. The Yellowcrest family had a good reputation, with no hint of personal or public impropriety, so no one ever accused the grieving Lord Yellowcrest of having any connection to the murders. Granville had good relationship with Vialis, and the man's disappearance meant those business connections took a hit, which caused more than a few problems for Granville, but that is neither here nor there. Granville was content to let Vialis grieve, but a friend of the Yellowcrest, a knight named Sir Vaken, recently contacted Granville with some information. A diary that belonged to one of the slain servants fell into his possession, and Vaken apparently learned some distressing information from the book, and he reached out to Granville to seek some help. Both Granville and Vaken think it might be a good idea to try to track down Valis. The only leads we have been able to dig up so far is that Valis still apparently owns a half-dozen or so businesses in Tidepool, but the people minding those businesses have refused to speak with Vaken on the matter. Maybe you'll have better luck, and maybe you can convince Vaken to take a look at the diary he found, and be able to figure out what is so mysterious about it. Both Granville and I have a very, very bad feeling about this. To that end, Granville has acquired some rings for everyone that he claims will be potentially life-saving if the worst should happen. Make sure everyone gets one. I don't know what they do, but so far, Granville hasn't given me any reason to not trust him. He has also prepaid for your travel to Tidepool via airship and enclosed the tickets with this letter and the bag with the rings in it. This is also to be kept secret from the rest of the guild. Granville cannot afford to have his reputation take a hit from the rumors that would circulate if he were contracting mercenaries to look into former business partners. And maybe you'll guess, but I will not be able to join you for all this. I have a couple of debts to repay, and the creditors aren't willing to wait on repayment. Good luck, and be careful out there. Shifrost. The The group kind of paused for a minute after reading the letter, and then opened the bag to reveal the rings. After handing out the rings and the tickets to everyone, they headed towards the airport, boarded the ship for Tidepool, and thus we begin in travel.
Greetings and salutations, welcome back to another small session. Also, I'm sick of DMing at the moment, so allow me to break out the wheel of DMing. God, I wish I had an animation for this. Wheel of DMing, turn. Explain to me whose turn it be.
Great rhyming. Yay.
Except for one at the end, which fall apart, and tick, tick, tick. Hello, it's Rot's turn again.
Me?
Formerly Wheel of Morality from the Animaniacs. Raven?
Don't look under the signs that have been pasted over it.
Man, I
Totally
hope
not
Sir
the wheel of morality. There was no sound.
I hope Sarat has like a session planned or something. Like, it's gonna be hard for him to pull something just
This
out
is
of
going to
nowhere.
be completely
Improv
off the seat of my
session?
pants,
That's impressive.
guys. Completely. I have done no preparation whatsoever. None. Absolutely none. Okay.
Insight check.
You can't beat the DM on an insight check.
Damn it! Hate that rule.
Okay, so anyway, I have done no preparation whatsoever, yet there is some reading I assigned to you to start the whole thing, which explains that you are now on a ship to Tidepool, and hopefully I will manage to get that reading done so we can slap it on the beginning of this video. So, before we actually reach Tidepool, you guys have some time to kind of look around and just kind of enjoy things, so if there's anything that you guys were wanting to explore on the boat, now is the time to do it.
Magpie is just waking up on the boat, and because she feels something sitting on her arm where the mark is. And for those wondering, it's to explain a spell she got at level 7. She now has a pixie sitting on her arm.
Oh.
And she lets out a blood-curdling scream. Because where the fuck did this come from? She's basically, and I'm not screaming into the mic. No. So, that's what she's doing.
I did it like 3 times, and only that time did it go through. What is wrong with my game? I haven't used this mic in a while.
Probably better than me doing it because I am loud. Like, somebody get in here! I got a problem!
We are also
Tadlin's
using
probably
this to
been
introduce the characters, by the way, so, you know.
Tadlin has probably been searching this boat for the box the entire time, and this is like his 3rd or 4th sweep. So he's probably around. We'll walk in. What's wrong? What's happening?
She's pointing to her arm. No! I got this on my arm. I don't know where it came from.
Is that...
Would
I know what a pixie is?
Probably.
Is that a pixie?
Yes! Why is it on my arm?
Tadlin pokes it with a mage hand.
I assume the pixie would poke you back with the mage hand if you did that.
That's weird.
Okay. Why are you on my arm? You're just looking at this pixie like, what the hell just happened?
Can it talk?
The pixie's kind of looking at you, looking at the rest of the group, sighs in frustration, goes, "Why am I stuck with you?"
Well, I'm sorry.
That's good.
I don't know why you're stuck with me either. Okay, why were you given to me or stuck with me or whatever is going on? Mind explaining that? And why are you sitting on my mark?
this is where it's comfy.
Okay, fair enough, but where did you come from?
I don't know. I woke up and I was here.
Who do you work for? Usually.
You now, apparently.
Okay, what can you do?
You hunt me and you don't know what I do. I got a bright one here, folks.
I know you can do multiple things, but what are you supposed to do? What is your job is what I'm asking. Also, I
Why are
just
you
woke
asking
up.
me?
Oh, great.
You're the one who managed to get me here in the first place.
Not intentionally, I was asleep!
What about your dreams?
Oh, no. God damn it, I know what this is. I think. Should I roll to see if I know what this is?
Yes, because I have no clue.
It's the spell Healing Spirit.
Ah, okay.
It's explain it in a goofy-ass way. You're a healing spirit. Basically, I call you when you heal us. Not sure how I did it in my sleep. And I would think somebody would have told you that, too.
Look, I was just kind of summoned out of the ether. You know what it's like being given a lifetime's worth of knowledge in 5 seconds?
I think I want it, because that sounds painful.
Yes, it is. And then I come here and you're yelling at me.
You scared the bejesus out of me. I apologize, by the way.
And it wasn't scary just popping to existence on a sleeping giant's arm?
No, it probably was. I get that. Oh, boy.
Can I leave now?
Yes, I ain't holding you hostage. If I need you for healing... Do you have a name?
No, I don't.
Well, I'm Magpie. That's Tedlin. That's Low.
Hi.
How does the name Medic sound?
Like you took 5 seconds to come up with it.
Give me a break. I'm half awake.
Look,
I like this
you work
guy.
on it. I'm going to go back to sleep now, if you don't mind.
Yeah, we got a mission. So she lets the pixie dissipate or whatever, and she says, well, that happened.
Certainly did.
You got a snarky pixie.
But it heals. I was hoping for snarky. Oh, let's find the others. Oh boy.
Tedlin's already left.
Cyrano is up on the deck of the ship, helping out with things because he is a sailor.
Actually makes sense.
Tedlin hasn't met him yet.
And where is Yuki?
Yuki might be currently running around in a panic, looking in pretty much every nook and cranny of the ship, in barrels and boxes, being like, "Here, baby, here. Where are you? Oh, why did I not put you in a box or a cage or something? Get him out!"
It's at this moment, Lo walks out. Yuki, is everything okay?
It's fine. Yep, everything's fine. I'm just looking for food. That's it. Food.
I don't think you can call food and it will come to you.
Not with that attitude.
I should not be surprised at this point. Is there any way you can help?
Good question. And at this moment, something jumps out one of the boxes and lands right into Lo's arms.
Oh, what? Hi. Where did you come from?
Well, that solves that problem. Surprise! You have a friend now! And
What?
what jumped into Lo's arms was a little Tressum, aka Flying Kitty, with similar eye color to Lo's. I got you a pet!
For me?
Yeah! So how well you liked the Displacer Beast at the midnight party, and so we got you a pet!
Lo is just staring at this cat in awe. Almost tearing up. This is the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is it a he or a she?
I believe a he?
He's adorable. You were out looking for food, weren't you? You were helping Yuki, weren't you? He's a little scouter boy. I'm gonna call him Scouter.
That's a good name.
Hello, Scouter. They're stroking the cat. They're very happy right now.
Okay,
Aw.
I believe that's going to cover everyone, isn't it?
Well,
Yeah.
where's
Well, all the
Except
Smalls anyway.
Except for Mr. Generic.
Yeah, what's Raven's character doing? Who is Raven's character? Thinking on it, since we did no preparation before this.
Raven has a character? Is that allowed?
I assumed he was just gonna sit here.
No, he's allowed.
He was
Let
gonna
the
use
DM
snark
play.
last
It's
time.
it's not like we've had Tiny play before. This time it's Dave along for the ride. Chiefos was not around to assist, so he was asked to help out. He was happy to assist, and he's been helping out with the crew.
I imagine he keeps getting roped in by Tedlin to look for the box.
Yeah, it's a case of the crew are half happy to see him because he'll help out with any task they need help with when they come to the dump on him, and half despising the sight of him because he will aid a certain little gnome's hunt for his box.
I still say they should blame the master for that, not poor Tedlin himself. He's just looking for it.
Yeah, well, they don't. They blame Tedlin.
But
Every
where's
single
Okasan
person.
in all of this?
Where is Okasan in all of this?
Okasan is indisposed at the moment. A charity event for orphans decided to hold a fighting tournament in a far-off isle, and he was asked to participate.
Well, El Pudin Diablo was, and where El Pudin Diablo goes, for some strange reason, Okasan tends to follow.
Yes, but you see, he walks around as Okasan all the time. That the event knows this, and they can never seem to find El Pudin Diablo when they need him, but they can find Okasan.
He's a ghost.
This is the greatest slash dumbest plot point of a character in the history of mankind.
And yet
So-
it works.
Now that do we have all of the boat shenanigans we want done?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay. So, with no further incident, unless you guys cause it, the boat will arrive in Tide Pool, disembark. Absolutely nothing of note happens that, we care about here. And you are left with the only lead you had to begin with. You know that there are still some businesses owned by Vialis in the city. You know that his former residence is there, although he obviously hasn't been anywhere near it. And you know there is the knight that recently came upon the journal and is trying to find Vialis. These are the 3 things you know.
Magpie is thinking, you know, so where's this knot? Where is this journal? Did they say in the note?
It gave
hope
you an
Chef-
address.
Okay. I hope Chef Ross is okay.
Potentially, Sai may have been asking the other sailors if they know anything about Vialis' other businesses in the city.
Okay. The sailors wouldn't know anything, but
Okay.
most of them have heard of the tragedy that happened at his manor.
Okay.
This was fairly widespread news because it's not every day an entire family turns up dead like that, especially in the noble realms.
Yeah.
Fun. So we got a depressed noble looking for answers about something.
You have a knight looking for answers about where the noble may be.
Yeah, that too. I guess we start with asking if any of the businesses saw Vialis before he disappeared. That'd make the most sense.
Okay, does
Cool.
everybody want to do this?
Might as
Sounds
well.
like a plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
The trick is finding out what businesses he owned.
Yes. Yes, it is. So, you head off towards the businesses. Come on. Come on.
Come on.
They're taking a few minutes to render.
Come on. Come on.
No, my PDF has decided to freeze here.
Another reason I don't use PDFs.
Okay, it's not too difficult. All you have to do is say the name Vialis, and they kind of can point you in the right direction of which businesses he actually owns. Because, let's face it, everybody in this town knows just about all the public details of what went on, and they found it strange that he never decided to sell off his businesses and open up new ones in a place away from all the events. You find out that he owns about 7 shops, mostly cobblers, leatherworkers, and tanneries. They're scattered fairly evenly throughout the trade quarter. Apparently, he did not like competing against himself for walking space. And the businesses don't really stand out all that much. They just look like your typical businesses. But you're fairly easily able to identify exactly which shops he actually still has his fingers in.
So they're not like, they don't stand out like, oh, there's something weird about them. It's just they stand out in like a branding way, like a Starbucks or something.
Yep, that's about it. They have his symbol. They have the Yellowcrest symbol. Yellowcrest
Right.
being the family name.
Yeah.
But they have the Yellowcrest symbol on the doors and a few of the walls and such.
Well, I guess we're each going in one and going to ask, has Vialis contacted them recently?
Yeah, it might be easier if, since there's 7 altogether, we each take one and then we all go together for the last one.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great idea. That couldn't possibly go wrong.
We're not in a dangerous area, so we should be okay.
You are in a major city. You have guard patrols on a regular basis around here.
Oh,
you are in a very safe environment.
I'm not afraid for the party members. I'm afraid about the party members.
Yeah. Yes.
That is a very valid fear to have.
Yes, it is.
At least it's not Okusan this time.
That is true. That is true.
So,
I can see
fine
how
this time.
that would. Yeah.
so let's see. We've got
I feel like there's mayhem I could be causing somewhere, and I'm not sure what it is.
suddenly the city gains 3 halls of mirrors. So
It's always a chicken dance.
so which of you wants to start? It doesn't really matter because most of you are going to get about the same information.
Sai will go into one of the shoemakers, one of the cobblers,
Okay?
and he's also going to look for signs of other criminal involvement that he might be familiar with.
Okay. So you walk in the door and it's got the standard little bell that rings when you walk in, and you see a dwarf, because of course it's a goddamn dwarf, sitting there working and making some more sturdy types of shoe. And he kind of looks up. Hey, what can I do you for?
Why, hello, good sir. Those are some quality shoes that you are making.
Thank you, thank you. Would you be interested in purchasing a pair today?
I might be, but I'm also interested in some information as well.
Information? Huh. What type of information?
I heard you, that this establishment is owned by the Yellowcrest family. I am new in town and was curious about them.
He kind of gazes at you warily, goes, aye, the symbols on the door. Why are you asking about the Yellowcrests?
Oh, I am affiliated with a business association who might be interested in making an alliance with them. There could be great profits in it for all of us.
Yeah, you'd have to talk to him, and we haven't seen him in quite a while.
Really? What happened?
And he basically goes on to regale you about the whole story once again. And this, he tells you that Vialis was out of town, came back to find his entire family slaughtered, and he basically left with his family's remains and retired to a small village somewhere.
That is so tragic. Did he do anything to God, his whole family just gone. I could see why he'd not want to stick around. Surely he has somebody managing his affairs here, though.
Roll me a charisma check.
Oh, do I want to do the thing is the question.
The thing?
Predatory
wait.
charm! I have advantage.
Oh no.
Okay, I was worried for a second. I forgot you're not Oko-san right now.
Oh god, he's starting early.
This
He's a
could
much
still,
more dangerous person.
this could still bite me in the ass colossally if I roll badly enough. Okay. 20, not nat.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. good.
Nice.
That's enough to pass the check. The dwarf kind of looks as, aye, he has a manager of types. Guy comes and goes about every 10 days. He shows up and he basically looks over our books and he checks everything and just makes sure everything's running smoothly, then takes the profits back to the Lord.
Do you know where I could find him?
He will be coming by in about 2 days.
Why, thank you kindly for your assistance. And I will definitely be picking up some sturdy shoes. I can always use an extra pair.
Thank you kindly.
Hands him a gold piece.
He pockets it and thanks again.
He's gonna be much less happy the next time I meet him, though. Once.
When he realizes that you mind controlled him.
Yep.
Well, the thing is, you didn't have to mind control him. You just passed the check.
Yeah. The thing is, like, my
what?
first roll was higher, so it's like, well, that was a waste of that.
I assume it's basically just friends.
Basically, it's like it's kind of like a once per day charm spell. Like you get advantage on charisma checks once per long rest, and actually I think it's just once per rest. And the thing is, like, after you leave the presence of that person, they're like, "Hey, wait a minute,
Yeah,
what
it's-
just happened?"
It's very similar to friends.
Yeah.
Nobody told me life
Blackjack.
is going to be this way.
Blackjack. Stop.
You didn't hear it, but I
Blackjack.
did the friends clap.
Blackjack is like Blackjack is Scouter now. He RP Scouter.
So does Sherman. I have Sherman with me. I was really tempted to go, Scouter, what are you doing with Cyrano?
Okay, for speed's sake, I will say that he got all the information he's probably going to get, save for a huge description of the manager. And just for speed's sake, I'm going to assume he told you he was kind of a bluish, darkish skinned elf.
So a drow.
Kind of.
Or the what's it called? Shatter Kai, something like that.
You'll get, if you hang around, you could meet the guy, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, so does anybody else really want to roleplay their meeting with the shopkeep to see if they can potentially dig out more information?
I mean, first thing Tedlin's going to ask is about the box. Because of course he is.
And Magpie might ask about any Fae activity just to rule that out.
Okay, so the box, the shopkeeper looks at you. Box? We have a lot of boxes in back.
Oh, can I look at all of them?
Not really, no. There's some stuff in there that's for our eyes only.
Okay, well then can you bring them all out here so I can check them all?
No, I don't have time for that. I've got to get back to curing this leather.
Well then, like, can you just bring out all the silver ones?
Silver? We don't have silver boxes here. We have big sturdy boxes used for holding leather.
Well, I mean, why did you say you had all the boxes then? That's
Because we have boxes for this stuff. Are you well?
Look, I'm you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's at this
I'm
point,
just gonna leave. Just gonna leave.
Dave,
Tedlin is a box, Karen.
Dave pops his head into the shop and, Declan, how's it going?
Well, this man apparently has so many boxes, but no small silver ones, even though I asked him, hey, you got the box? And he says, oh, I've got so many boxes. And then it's not the box, and it's not the box.
What about the Yellowcrest?
It's never the box, Dave.
We're on a mission,
My
Tedlin.
name is Gerald.
Like, the shopkeeper looks up at you and looks up at Dave and goes, do you know him?
How well will this conversation go if I say no?
You can try it.
Only in passing.
Can you get him out of here? He's not buying anything, and he's getting in the way of the other customers, asking them about freaking boxes.
Well, they might know where it is.
Don't make me call the guards.
Go
Oh,
for it.
great.
I'll ask them too.
Tell him. I think I saw that meat seller with the cart saying he had seen the box.
Well, I guess we'll go ask him too. I'm watching you. Just pointing at the blacksmith.
I will call the guards if you come back.
Oh, wow. As soon as they've left the shop, Tedlin will turn to Dane. It's like, okay, I'm pretty sure he has the box. I need you to break in.
Oh my god!
I am going into that shop. I am going to ask about the job. I have been threatened numerous times to be dropped off the ship before we got to port because I've asked about the box. So, no, I am not going to ask about the box. I am not going to break into the place for the box. We are here to do a mission, a lawful mission.
You've let me down, Dave. I thought you were cool. Tedlin will just walk away.
A single tear drops from Dave's eye.
Aww.
And with that scene done, you're asking about the Fae. The only thing you learn is there's very little Fae presence here. They don't seem to like the city much.
Alright, they
A bit
eliminate
too
that.
smoggy and smoky, because this is kind of, industrialized England
Yeah.
circa the 1800s.
Yeah, so Magpie's not too thrilled with it either because she is, more natural. Right, I'm looking about a nobleman that recently lost his family, and I just wanted to make sure Fae activity wasn't involved due to my job. Do you know anything about Dallas, or however you say his name?
The Alice? Yellowcrest. Yeah, he owns his business.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you. I recognize the symbol. Do you know what happened or what could have caused someone to want to slaughter his whole family? Like, I'm not a fan of nobles, but come on.
Like, they're nobles. That's all we can tell you. We only know what... None of us were there.
Well, I didn't expect that.
We only know what we've heard through the criers and such.
I see. Has Vialis himself at least, sent correspondence to you recently?
Make a charisma check.
Oof, unlike our Dampier friend. Pray for me. Okay. Oh, wrong sheet. Straight charisma, so she has a +2, 13.
He kind of eyes you a little bit and goes, "Oh, no, he doesn't do much contact with us directly."
Yeah, that makes things a little trickier. Does he have any contacts in the city that he does talk to directly?
As far as I know, no.
I see. So how does he manage the business then if they ain't here?
He still manages to collect his profits every month.
Oh, so he has somebody collecting the profits at least. That makes sense.
Look, it's not what you're talking about. It's not really any of my business, and I kind of appreciate stopping and talking about it right now.
All right, I just looking for a friend for this guy's all and figuring out what's going on, and I figured you'd know more than the businesses without the Yellowcrest. I apologize. What kind of business is she in, by the way?
You are in a leatherworker shop.
All right. You got. Would they sell like gloves or like archery gloves or something? Not like armor or anything, just like something she could buy to make it worth his while.
They do sell. They sell the basic leather goods here.
Okay,
They're not
so she's
superior fashioned or anything like that. They're just basic, kind of boring.
Yeah, she just wants to buy something from him to make it worth his while, so he's not like annoyed with her. So she gets like a belt or something. He's like, "Here, just for your trouble. Thank you kindly."
Okay, and let's see, a belt would, in this case, be about 3 gold, I think.
She pays 3 gold.
Okay. And
She
you
gives
now
him an
have
extra
a
gold.
perfectly ordinary belt.
Yeah, she puts it on. She gives him like an extra gold for his troubles for the information. Thank you kindly.
Thank you for the business.
So she walks out and looks for anyone in the group because she got nothing basically, except there's no Fae. So that eliminates that problem.
Okay. So now that you know that, you remember you still have 2 leads to explore, and now I assume that Cyrano has shared his information with the rest of the group once you all met back up.
Yep.
Well, you did better than me, Cyrano.
Being delightfully charming has its advantages.
So,
Also,
You know,
someone
you-
else might want to go into the shoe shop next time in 2 days. Just for completely unrelated reasons.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Do it.
Also, I may be banned from the leather workers.
Well, the other leather worker liked me, even though he was a little uncomfortable.
The leather worker, the meat cart salesperson, the cabbage salesman, 3
Taylor,
guards we
how much did
passed.
you get?
I
Magpie just
found
like,
out nothing.
you asked only about the box and not about the guy we're looking for, didn't you?
Yes.
Dave, I'm so
forgot
sorry.
we
You got
meant to
rubbed in
actually
that.
ask about a person. My bad. I got a
Yeah,
little
just-
preoccupied.
I have a very important question, Kedlin.
What's up?
Did you get us banned from the chicken on a stick stand?
I'm gonna roll for that. Yes, I did.
Son of a bitch.
I think it's only just Headland banned. I think one of us can
Oh,
approach.
Dave's
Is that-
definitely also banned.
Damn it, Dave!
No, Dave's fault. Dave, I'm sorry about this. Why don't you stick with me for a little while?
Okay, so by the way, Dave has betrayed me. Would anyone else be willing to help me break into that guy's shop? Because I'm pretty sure he's hiding the box in there.
We
and
are
that is-
not breaking
That
it.
is not his property. He stole it. It's not bad if
Lois-
it's just stealing it back.
Lo is sitting on a fountain nearby, like just petting Scouter, who they brought with them, like seemingly not paying attention, but without looking up, they go, "Sometimes I forget Oko-san's not the only crazy one."
I need
I'm not
everyone to
afraid.
make a perception check, by the way.
Okay.
Oh, this is right.
Perception.
I got 11. Would I have disadvantage because I'm focused on Scouter?
No, you wouldn't.
Okay.
17.
Unnatural 20.
The dice landed on the 20, then tipped and landed on a 14, so 15.
20 22.
What stat do I add?
Wisdom.
Yep.
The
Oh.
wisdom bonus.
So I would have 14.
Okay. Magpie.
17.
Okay, Magpie, and only Magpie because these guys rolled really well. You notice that you now have 4 guards very heavily paying attention to the group.
Dave got higher than me, so he
did?
notices too.
22.
Oh, okay, I did not hear the 22. Okay, Dave noticed this as well. Both of you noticed that there is a quartet of guards not making any threatening motions, but they are paying very heavy attention to you and your group.
Oh dear. Don't mind us. We're just visiting. Hi.
They don't respond.
Okay.
I think it's time to move on to our next location quietly and peacefully.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree. And Tedlin, if you say anything, I am picking you up and I am covering your mouth, and you damn know I can do that.
You can try.
We don't have Oko-san here to be the agent of chaos. Tedlin has to restore balance to the universe.
Magpie's like picks. And Magpie's like, Everwood. Reminding him, yeah, she has done this before. Come on.
You know you have the 2 other leads, and you also have 2 days to kill, if you wish to meet the manager that was spoken of.
Are we staying in like an inn or something?
You haven't said.
Maybe we should get someplace to stay in case things go a little sideways.
Sounds fine by me. I need a place to sit down and figure out what to do with this little guy. They hold up Scouter.
We both got companions. Oh, he's cute, though.
Yeah! He's got little wings and everything.
Okay, so you want to look for an inn?
Yeah, at the very least to get more information, because tavern talk, you know?
I do love me a good tavern.
Do we?
Okay, there are several inns in the city. This is a big city, has many choices.
Do any of them have the yellow family symbol?
No.
Any of them near to one of the places that have the family symbol?
Not so much. It seems like most of the inns are kind of in one section of the city that's being kind of magically protected from all the pollution that the business district is putting out.
How about the inn that looks like it's most least attractive to conflict?
The one that actually looks like it's battle scarred, huh?
The least.
The least battle scarred. Well, most of them, amazingly, most of the inns and taverns and such that are pretty well maintained and keep a pretty steady guard contingent on hand, just to keep the people from breaking all the furniture during the bar fights. Because they know the bar fights are going to happen, but they want the guards on hand to quickly end any bar fights before any damage is done. And this is kind of a widespread practice.
So maybe the one closest to going back into the business area would be our best bet, so we can quickly find this manager character Cyrano told us about. Because we just need a base of operations, basically.
Okay. So, the one closest to you charges 5 gold per night per person.
Ow.
But it is a very, very nice place.
I would hope so.
Well, I
And they
personally
have-
think that's far too expensive.
We all have, like, over 900 gold, and we're only staying a couple of nights.
And the guild
That's like 100 gold paid, though.
And the guild spotters 10 gold per mission. This is nothing.
Well, I need to save my money to spend on box search parties, so...
And you sleep in the stable.
Or one of our bags of holding.
I would die.
I mean, we could always find him a barrel to sleep in. That's what he sleeps in, right? Barrels.
Sometimes.
Not
You know-
intentionally. And we can share rooms.
Also, I highly recommend not putting me inside a bag of holding.
What were you going
Wait,
to say, Lo?
Do they allow animals?
That's
Yes,
actually a good
yes.
question.
As long as the animal's not too big, and you clean up after the messes it makes.
Well,
Okay, I should be good then.
So this is 5 gold per night, not 50 gold, like...
Right.
Yeah, I was making sure I heard that right.
It still is pricey, but you are in a major city.
Yeah, so... Magpie is like, so if we want to save money, you guys want to share rooms?
Sounds good to me.
So who's pairing up with who?
I will go with anyone. Who wants to
Uh,
stay in the room with Tedlin?
I guess I'll room with Yuki.
I'm
Dave,
gonna suggest going with Cyrano.
Oh, yeah, you can do that. Sorry.
Dave lets out the heaviest sigh.
I will stay in a room with anyone except Dave. He has upset me.
Stay with Dave.
Oh, then that means
The universe
get
exists to make Lo suffer, evidently.
Or I could stay with Tedlin and duct tape him to his bed.
They'll never catch me. I'm too quick.
I mean, I'm sure I could encourage Tedlin to have a nice, quiet evening in.
No. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. If needs be, I'll just hang a blanket down the middle of the room, just so everyone gets a privacy.
You'd probably have to do that anyway with me or Lo. I mean, since neither one of us are guys, we're gender neutral and female.
Admittedly, we're all adults here. We probably have nothing we haven't seen before. Tedlin is another matter, but still, privacy is privacy.
Air Mace is 15.
or whatever the tiefling equivalent to that is.
I think it is just standard human aging for tiefling, but I don't
Okay.
remember offhand.
Yeah, I'm 15.
I don't even know how old Tedlin is. Oh no, he's 35, okay.
Yeah, no matter what,
He's
Lo's gonna end
older
up
than I
with...
was.
Either way, Lo's gonna end up with an adult. That's kinda... ooh.
I need an adult. I am an adult.
I need a
Not
better
you.
adult.
Tedlin is an adult.
I mean,
No,
I
no,
trust
you are
everyone
not.
here. I mean, except for Tedlin, kinda, but worst case scenario, I don't know what will happen, but I won't. Nothing weird will happen. That's a lie, but you know what I mean.
Nothing weird in a bad way, weird in the normal Smalls way.
Yeah.
You
At
get
the very
used to
least,
the
maybe
stuff, I
Scouter will keep you
promise.
protected.
Yes.
Yes.
I have no idea what you lot are talking about, and I feel I should be concerned.
We tracked odd stuff, Dave. It's just part of the Smalls experience. I'm sorry. Didn't anyone tell you that?
I know the stories.
I mean, I had no idea before I came in. Probably should have.
I just roll with it at this point, sort of.
Yeah. Me too.
So,
I'm used to it.
are we content with the plan, or do we want to just dilly-dally a bit more?
I think we got everything settled.
Yeah.
I feel... Tedlin, I know you want to find this box, but we gotta focus on finding out what's going on with this guy.
Maybe he has the box.
You know, if that's the case, I will die laughing.
Well, that is possible.
Also, has anyone seen a new seat set around here?
That's not a bad idea.
But don't worry, I won't let my search for the box get in the way of the mission at hand.
Again.
I'll just also be... Hey, you shut up. I hate you right now. I'm not talking to you.
What? What have I done?
Lo pats him on the back.
It's okay. You're trying to be reasonable. We do need... Like, me and Lo tend to be the reasonable, calm ones.
Hey, I'm
90%
very
of the time.
reasonable and calm.
Quiet!
You threatened
Really
to turn
not.
that meat seller's cart into cinders.
Okay, that was an accident.
You what?
How do you threaten by accident?
Look,
Dave,
I think you misunderstood. I was implying that if he didn't stop being just really rude, I was going to accidentally burn his cart. But then I did accidentally burn his cart. That I didn't mean to.
Tedlin is trying to justify arson, apparently.
It was
of the guards.
entirely unintentional.
Magpie goes to look for a new sheet for Dave.
Dave needs to check up on his stock portfolio while we're doing this.
The new sheets are fairly easy to get a hold of. There stands I mean, this is the visitors district, so there are newsstands fairly frequently.
How much is a new sheet?
A silver.
She pays and goes back to Dave. Here you go.
Thank you.
Listen, after the whole trip through hell thing, occasionally I'll just sneeze and a fireball will go off. It's kind of concerning, like, but it'll be fine.
Dave shuffles away from the gnome.
Meanwhile, Magpie is just looking around the inn, kind of trying to eavesdrop on conversations to see if anyone's gossiping about anything that might be relevant to the mission.
Let's see here. Rolls. Okay, give me just a random die 20 roll.
10.
Nobody is talking about anything that would have any relevance to you.
Dang it.
No, nothing.
Well, I learned
It's
a
just
nice
kind of-
peach pie
it's-
recipe.
Yeah, you just kind of hear people discussing the recipes over there, and you heard a couple people talking about the weather forecast and whether they should delay their trip to another island because there's expect to be rain, and there are a couple of people talking about the latest reports from the fighting rings. But nothing that actually applies to anything you'd actually care about, I don't think.
Magpie just kind of is like, well, I learned a nice peach pie recipe. El Pudding Diablo's doing good in the ring, and it's going to rain tomorrow. So, I learned Jack and Squat.
Anything about dragons of an unusual sort?
You mean what the guild's been dealing with, Dave?
As in, dragon that looks like it's been cut from the sky itself.
I haven't heard a thing about that either. Is that
Anything,
what the guild's been dealing with?
anything in the news sheet about it?
I gave it to Dave, so he'd be the one checking it.
I think he's asking me.
Yes.
There's just a minor note that it happened. That's about all that this news sheet has. It is kind of old news at this point.
Magpie kind of looks at him. Like, would she know about what happened to Dave and his party, or is that like a hush-hush kind of thing?
You know something happened, that he's the last survivor, but no one really knows what's happened, and is at this news, Davy's looking all glum and just slams the news sheet down on the table. Just falls silent.
Magpie sits with him and just tries to comfort him. Because, she can kind of tell that he's still in mourning, and that's not good. You don't have to keep going if you need some time.
I've had time.
Well, still, you lost your friends. I don't know what I'd do if I lost the Smols. So, I understand. Probably were adventuring with them for a long time, too.
Long enough. And I suspect you've been doing all you can to make sure it would never happen again.
That doesn't mean it didn't happen, and you have every right to be upset.
I can assure you I am attending my weekly appointments with the doc.
Well, that's good. Doc's pretty good at his job. But if you need an extra set of ears, I'm right here for you, okay?
Thank you.
No problem. She's just being a good friend. Meanwhile, now we got to figure out what our next step is. Do we follow one of our two leads?
We have plenty of time to do that.
Can we do one of the leads now while we're killing time for the 2 days to meet the manager?
There is still daylight.
We can always talk to this night.
That is
We
one
have
of the
time.
two leads.
Anyone?
So let's find this knight and see what he knows, and maybe he'll give us the journal.
Okay, is everybody going?
Dave's going.
He might not appreciate having an entire gang of people up on him. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe Yuki and Dave should take care of this. Yuki, Dave, and Lo.
Okay.
That's fair.
All right.
Why
Let's
don't,
get her.
why don't you listen when the questioning starts is, look at this cat! Aren't they amazing?
It might loosen up
Look
the
at my
conversation.
cat. My cat is amazing.
Give it a lick.
Tastes like catnip.
Did somebody say cat drugs?